Today's video is all about the basics of personal finance, a crash course in financial literacy, if you will. I'm going to break down the 6 most important areas of personal finance, including things like budgeting, saving, debt, taxes, insurance, and retirement. So whether you're just getting started or you're trying to make up for some lost time, this video hopefully will give you a clear foundation so that you can start making smarter money choices today. You don't need to have a finance degree to get this stuff. In fact, most people were never taught how money actually works. So if you've ever felt confused or behind, you're not alone and you're in the right place. No complicated jargon here, just real, simple strategies to help you move forward. Hi, I'm Greg Hardy and welcome back to the channel, and I really appreciate you being here. We cover all things personal finance, investing, and building a secure financial future on this channel. So if you're serious about taking control of your money and learn something new every week, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It really helps this channel grow and gets this information out to other people who need it. Thank you. Did you know that nearly 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? That means that 6 out of every 10 people are just one expected bill away from a serious money problem. Maybe you felt that pressure before. Maybe when it's the rent that's due, the car that breaks down, and suddenly your checking account is running on fumes. It's stressful, it can be overwhelming, but the good news is it doesn't have to stay that way. Money affects almost every part of our lives. It shapes where we live, what we eat, how we spend time with our families, and even how we sleep at night. If your money is out of control, it can lead to constant stress and anxiety. But when you start to understand it, when you can make a plan for it, you begin to take control instead of feeling like it's controlling you. The truth of the matter is, personal finance isn't just about numbers. It's about freedom. It's about options. When you're good with money, you don't have to say yes to every job or stress about every little emergency. You can save for things you care about, you can help others, you can plan for the future without fear. And here's the best part. You don't need to be rich to learn how to manage money well. You just need to start. Learning how to handle your money is one of the most important life skills that you can have. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. And today is a great day to begin. Let's talk about a simple way to manage your money. The 70-20-10 budget. This method is great for beginners because it's easy to follow and helps you stay in control of your income without overcomplicating things. The idea is to divide your after-tax income into 3 categories. 70% for living expenses, 20% for saving and investing, and 10% for giving or paying off more debt. So what goes into the 70%? This is where you cover your everyday living costs, things like rent or mortgage, groceries, gas, utilities, phone bills, and other regular spending. It also includes things like dining out, entertainment, or travel. The goal here is to live within your means and not let your lifestyle creep up just because your income does. If you're spending more than 70% on living expenses, it's a good time to review and cut back where you can. Next is the 20%, and that goes towards saving and investing. This includes building an emergency fund, contributing to retirement accounts like a Roth IRA or a 401k, and even saving for future goals like maybe a home, college, or vacation. This is how you build long-term wealth and security. Now, if saving 20% feels like too much right now, start with a smaller amount and then work your way up towards that. The most important thing is to be consistent. Finally, the 10% is for giving or for paying off debt. Now, if you're a giver, this could be tithing, charitable donations, or helping family out. If you have high interest debt like credit cards or personal loans, this portion should go towards paying that off as fast as possible. Now, some people even split this category by putting 5% towards giving and then 5% towards debt until they're in a stronger position. No matter what, having this part of your budget set aside keeps your finances balanced and intentional. Now, one of the smartest things that you can do for your future is to start saving, even if it's just a little at a time. The first goal for most people should be to build an emergency fund. That's money set aside for unexpected things like car repairs, medical bills, or a job loss. A good starting point is $1,000, but eventually you're going to want to build that up to 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. It gives you peace of mind and keeps you from turning to credit cards when life throws you a curveball. The key to reaching your savings goals is to make them specific and realistic. That's where SMART goals come into play. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if you want to save $1,200 this year, that sounds like a lot, but when you break it down, that's just $100 a month, or about $25 a week. Suddenly, it feels way more doable. Here's a pro tip. Automate your savings. Set up a transfer from your checking account to your savings every time you get paid. When it happens automatically, you won't forget and you'll be less tempted to spend it. Understanding debt means recognizing that not all debt is created equal. There is good debt versus bad debt. Now, good debt is an investment in your future. Things like a mortgage that can help build equity or a student loan that could improve your earning potential. Bad debt, on the other hand, typically refers to high interest loans or credit card balances that don't provide any lasting benefits. Interest plays a huge role here. When you borrow money, you're not just paying back the amount you borrowed, you're also paying for the privilege with interest. Now, with credit cards, for example, the average interest rate can be around 21%, which can quickly turn a small balance into a huge financial burden. Now, to put things in perspective, Americans hold about $1.182 trillion in credit card debt. That staggering figure highlights just how much high interest debt can weigh you down. While it's crucial to avoid debt that doesn't add value, remember that some forms of debt, like a well-managed mortgage, can actually help you build wealth over time. Balancing these differences and understanding how interest impacts your overall financial picture is key to smart money management. Now, taxes can feel pretty overwhelming, but once you understand a few basics, they get a lot easier to manage. One of the most important things to know is what taxable income is. That's the amount of money the government uses to figure out how much you owe in taxes. The higher your taxable income, the more you'll generally pay in taxes. But here's the good news. You can legally lower your taxable income by using things like 401ks, traditional IRAs, and health savings accounts. For example, let's say you make $60,000 a year. If you contribute $6,000 to a 401k, your taxable income now drops to $54,000. That means you pay taxes on the lower amount. It's like giving yourself a coupon on your taxes just by saving for your future. You're helping yourself now and later. These accounts not only lower your tax bill today, but they also help you build long-term wealth, and that's a win-win. Insurance often gets overlooked in personal finance, but it plays a major role in protecting your money. Think of insurance as a financial safety net, something you hope you never have to use, but you're glad it's there when life takes an unexpected turn. Health insurance is a must, especially since medical bills are one of the top reasons that people go bankrupt. Car insurance is not just legally required in most states, it protects you from huge repair bills or liability if you're in an accident. And if you rent or own a home, renters or homeowners insurance can help replace your belongings or cover damage from things like fire or storms. Another key type of coverage is life insurance, especially if someone depends on your income. Now, my wife and I both have term life policies so that if something happens to either one of us, the other one is financially protected. It's peace of mind. Just like a seatbelt won't stop the crash, but it can save your life. Insurance won't stop emergencies, but it can keep them from becoming a financial disaster. And here's a tip. Don't waste money insuring small items like gadgets or appliances if you can afford to replace them. Focus on covering the big things that could really throw your finances off track. Now let's talk about retirement, because if you're in your 20s, 40s, or even 50s, it's something that you can't afford to ignore. A recent survey showed that 32% of Americans have no retirement savings at all. That's nearly 58 million people. If that's you, don't panic. Just know that now is the best time to start. The sooner you begin, the easier it is to build a comfortable future thanks to something called compound interest. I want you to think of compound interest like a snowball. As your savings grow, they earn interest, and then that interest starts earning interest too. Now over time, your money works harder for you. That's why even small contributions can turn into big results if you stay consistent. Now, two of the most popular retirement accounts to get started with are the 401k, which many employers offer, and they often come with a match, and the Roth IRA, which allows your money to grow tax-free and be withdrawn tax-free in retirement. Even if you feel behind, it's not too late. Start by saving what you can. Maybe that's $50, $100, or even just 1% of your income. Then increase it as your budget allows. The key is to start and to stay committed. Planning for retirement isn't just about growing money, it's about creating a freedom for your future self. The habits that you build today will shape the lifestyle that you can enjoy tomorrow. You can budget all day, save consistently, and avoid debt, but if you don't have a plan, you'll eventually drift. That's why it's so important to have a clear financial vision. Ask yourself, what am I working toward? Maybe it's retiring early, starting a business, traveling more, or just having peace of mind knowing that your family is taken care of. When you know what your why is, it becomes much easier to stick to the how. Your goals are your fuel, and here's a simple but powerful tip. Write them down. Studies show that you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you simply write them down. It doesn't need to be complicated, just something you can look at regularly to stay motivated. Because in the end, personal finance isn't just about money, it's about creating the life that you actually want to live. Managing your money doesn't mean you have to become a finance expert. It just means knowing the rules of the game and using them. Budget your biggest expenses. Save on autopilot. Avoid high interest debt. Understand taxes. Get the right insurance. And invest like your future depends on it, because it does. I hope this gave you something to think about too, and something to act on. Let me know in the comments below what's one principle from today's video that you're going to start with. Now, if you found this video eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who you think needs to hear it. And if you want more practical, no-nonsense advice on building wealth and securing your financial future, then check out these videos here. And also make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.